Hello and a very warm welcome back to the channel of nonsense and the car equivalent of Microsoft's cloud computing division, because the new Macan EV isn't Porsche's sexiest product, is it? It's no Xbox or slutty office paperclip, but it is the bit of the business that's designed to bring in the most money. At least Porsche hopes this will basically underpin all of their sports car spending for the next couple of years. But is it actually a good car? I've been living with one for nearly a week to find out. Let's go on a little voyage of discovery where I tell you why this is actually a very good car. Annoyingly, Porsche hasn't done a shitter. Right, just in case you've been living under a rock, that is the new electric Macan. It's a completely new car. Underneath, it's very similar to the Audi Q6 e-tron, but it's totally different to the combustion-powered Macan that's been around for donkey's years and that you can still actually buy, confusingly. Is it cheap? Is it heck? It starts from £68,500 for a rear motor version that will admittedly do nearly 400 miles on paper. That is a 4S, so there's a 4 and then there's a 4S, which is quite fast. It's got over 500 horsepower, and in the real world that will only do about 270 miles, which is it's not loads, is it? £77,000 as well. But that's a press car. It's not £77,000 because it's got loads of options on it. £107,000. £107,000. Bloody hell. So what do you get for your small Welsh cottage? You get a car that's 4.8 metres long. Now this one weighs 2.35 tonnes, which is 400 kilos heavier than the combustion-powered version. But this doesn't share a single panel, badge or anything with that combustion version. Even the badge is different. This one is an aventurine green. £2,200. These 22-inch wheels look lovely, kind of slightly Fuchs reminiscent. £3,500. This one's got LED matrix headlights, so it's a slightly tinted for £1,100, and I think it's got a slight tint along top of the windscreen, which is 60 quid or something like that. I actually really like the look of this. It's got a kind of family resemblance to the Cayenne that's been facelifted, and the Taycan as well, the headlights down there and some LEDs up here. I think it's a smart looking thing. It looks really mean out on the road, perhaps not the most aggressive spec here, but I really like the look of it. I should point out this one's also got optional rear wheel steering and air suspension on it as well. So you're seeing where this extra 30 grand is coming from over the base price, aren't you? Right, time for flap chat. Is it going to open? There we go. That's an unnecessary bit of engineering. In fact, it's got a charge port on both sides, and the one on the other side isn't actually opening at the moment. But here's your CCS connector, so you can charge the Macan EV's 95 kilowatt hour usable battery. And as I said, I've been getting about 260-ish miles on paper out of this one. It can charge really fast though, up to 270 kilowatts. So you can add, I think it's 153 miles in 10 minutes when it's quite drained, which is very impressive. I just don't think you need these electric charging ports. It comes with manual ones as standard, I do believe. And as I said, I can't open the other one. Not great. Well, spank my body and call me Tony if it doesn't feel incredibly luxurious inside the Macan EV's cabin. Now, it does help that this one has nearly all the options on it. So you've got things like the passenger display there, that's not standard. You've also got these fancy kind of cream leather seats which are massage and ventilated. They're not standard either. You do get an infotainment system standard, thankfully, with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. It's brilliant to use. I've really enjoyed it. And actually, it's nice because you've still got physical climate controls down there with knurled knobs, and there you can control the seat heating and cooling as well. This one has got optional wood trims in the doors, which I really like, and you'll spot the ambient lighting there. That flashes and changes colour when you change the driving mode of the car, which you do using the little knob down there. Now, I'm going to talk about the steering wheel, because Porsche steering wheels are lovely. They're not too thick, they're not too wide, they're not too radiusy, they're just lovely. All I would say is I wish this had regen paddles for adjusting regenerative braking. It would just add another level of driver involvement, but you don't get it. It's also worth pointing out that the digital dashboard, which is standard, doesn't have a cowl on top of it to shield it from the sun. I don't know if that's going to be problematic in summer. It is currently summer, but well, look at it. It's grey out there. Just a lovely cabin. This one has got the Burmester sound system, which is thumping, but you'd kind of hope so, because it's £4,000 or a few pennies short of £4,000. It is just ludicrously expensive on the options, as usual with Porsche. Oh, one final thing I should point out, extended leather, £3,000. And the head-up display is just over £1,000, but it is one of the biggest head-up displays I've ever used. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's augmented reality. It will flash lines up at the side of the road. It will put warning signs on cars that it thinks are dangerous, usually Teslas, and it's just generally very, very good. Cup holders and storage down there. It all just feels really nice as well. It does feel, getting on for a £100,000 car, when you touch stuff, it feels very, very nice. Backseat space in the combustion-powered Macan is not great. It's quite small inside. This has got 96 centimetres, no, that'd be a lot. This has got 96 millimetres more wheelbase, and that translates to more rear seat legroom. I'm 6'3", I fit behind my driving position really comfortably, I've got footroom. The only thing I don't have is when I lean all the way back is headroom. I do touch the roof, and this one's got a sunroof in it. You've got climate control for your backseat passengers, you've got USB-Cs back here, you've got a big bottle-sized door bin, you've got a nice fold-down armrest with cup holders, and what I think is a clip-on tablet holder there. My kids have really liked being in the back of this because it's not too claustrophobic. When you shut the doors, the window line isn't too high. So actually, this is way more practical than the old Macan was. Well done, Porsche. Have you noticed I'm saying Porsche and Porsche alternately, just to make sure I annoy everyone? As the vicar once said to the dog, it's bum time, and I really like the Macan's derriere of the white Porsche lettering here. It can tow up to 2 tonnes, and the tow bar is only 945 quid from Porsche, which is pretty impressive. 540 litre boot, which is way bigger than the 488 litre boot you get on the combustion powered one. It's a really usable size. It's got handles here for flipping down the rear seats, and because this one's on air suspension, you can raise and lower the car here and also press the button for the tow bar. Come on, let's do the tow bar. You're not going to be able to see it, I don't think. You press that and then you've got to kind of kick it into place. You've got loads of storage at the side of the boot. Underneath the boot floor is nothing though. There's just the sub for the Burmester sound system in this one. But I think that's a really good size boot. Yes. Put away the floppy metal knob. There we go. Right, let's go for a drive in the Macan. Much like the Taycan, you just hop in it with the key in your pocket and it comes to life, and you just put it down to D, like that. It says the key's not found. I have got the key. I'm not stealing this car. And now to actually live with, this is fairly easy. You've got big blind spots out the back corners, and the 360 camera is not standard. Do not be stupid, but you will want it. But the mirrors are nice and big, and then it's just instantly fairly Porsche feeling. Now, you don't get that feeling from the steering. The steering isn't as heavy as you would normally expect in a Porsche, but you've got the same weight to the brakes and the long accelerated travel that you would get in a 911. So it does instantly feel more special to drive than most EVs. And then you whack it into Sport Plus, put the suspension in normal mode so it's soft, and then you feel the back kicking out of corners, and you get a great fake noise. One other thing you get with the head-up display is every time you boot it reasonably hard, even if you're rolling along already or go around a corner fast, it flashes up a high score in the head-up display. So if I just boot it, oh Jesus, my intestines! When I back off, it says I reached 0.8 G that way, 0.5 G going sideways. So you can try and beat your record, and it just flashes up for a second in the head-up display. It's a little bit of fun, and I really like that Porsche's engineers have done that. But anyway, sensible stuff, sensible stuff. Let's put it back into normal mode with normal suspension, which is how you're going to drive this most of the time. It is comfortable. It's comfortable, it's really refined. You do get a bit of tyre noise on the noisy bit of the M25 near the A3. It's not silent there, but by and large, it's a really great car for doing big miles in, and the radar cruise works really well. It's just exactly what you would expect. As I said earlier though, it's a bit of a shame you can't increase the brake regen using paddles. You have to go through a touchscreen to do that. But for me, when you stick this car in sport mode or Sport Plus mode, it does it does come alive in a way that you wouldn't expect a big 2.3 ton SUV, electric SUV, to do. Yes, it is shockingly fast, but you can just feel it moving the power around when you boot it out of a corner, and you can get into a proper flow on a twisty road in this and cover ground impressively quickly. It's really, really good. I'm not sure I expected anything less, but I've just really enjoyed driving this on country roads, and just, it makes every journey good fun, which you can't say about most electric cars, I would argue. So yes, well done Porsche, you've made a good thing. I thought that diamond button turned the speed limit warning off, but it doesn't seem to be doing it. Now I have to go to, oh God, speed warning off. There we go. Other little bits and pieces, I have had some rattly bits of trim around the cabin. Somewhere on that side has been a bit rattly, which would be quite annoying if I'd spent 107 grand of my own money. It's not all the time, it just comes and goes. But yeah, the brakes are immense, obviously. It's a Porsche. Porsche brakes are always immense, and they always want their cars to be able to stop faster than they can accelerate, or near enough. Oh, this accelerates so hard. Yeah, one thing I'm going to talk about actually, which isn't anything to do with the driving dynamics of this car, it's the Taycan. Do you remember that? Porsche's first stab at an electric car back in 2020. Really good to drive, some decent range by the time they'd updated it, but residual values absolutely shocking because it was a saloon type car. It didn't hold its value very well. I've checked the data for this car, and it is going to hold its, well, it's forecast to hold its value much better than the Taycan. Because this is an SUV, it's a more popular body style, people understand SUVs, it's going to hold its value better, technically. Come back in 3 years and tell me if I'm completely wrong. But anyway, this is very good to drive, it's very impressive. I've been getting 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour out of it though, which means total range is going to be fairly significantly under 300 miles. On that note, let's head back to me for a conclusion, because I've got to my handy car park. Handy car park. Probably does get quite handsy here at night. Then you press P there, and then you hop out, and it automatically turns itself off, which is great, unless you're trying to get footage of the headlights on, which I've really struggled to do. There we go. Sneak behind the curtains of Tim Rodey Drive stuff. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't actually have massively high hopes for this car because I never really gelled with the previous generation Macan. It was Porsche's first attempt at a small family SUV, and they gave it really heavy steering to make it feel like a Porsche, and it just felt a bit contrived for a family SUV. This has got light steering, but it still does feel like a Porsche. It's a hoot to drive. It's really playful out of corners and things like that if you put it in the right mode. And it drives better than any 2.3 ton SUV has the right to. And also, because it's on a new platform, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but it turns out it's quite good. It's also very comfortable. It's not massively efficient at 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour that I've been getting out of it, but then it has got over 500 horsepower, and you do end up booting it everywhere, which is probably my fault. I like the fact it's actually properly usable as a family car now with that extra rear seat space, and the boot is bigger as well. So yeah, it is really, really good. I'm going to give it 9 Tim Roadies out of 10. It's a shame everything is optional, but hey, there's nothing new there. And obviously Porsche has got the new electric Cayenne coming out in the next couple of months, which is going to be bigger. So yeah, it's worth hanging on if you've got infinite money for that one. One thing, 77 grand basic for this one. There are some other rivals that I think people are going to overlook, like the Genesis electrified GV70. I reviewed it a couple of months ago on the channel. It's a completely overlooked car, but it actually feels more premium inside than this, and it's cheaper, and you don't need to put any options on it. So go and have a look at one of those if you're looking at one of these as well. Thank you for watching. If you've liked this, please hit like, subscribe to the YouTube channel that you're watching currently, and go down to the comments and leave me the German word for, it's quite a nice shade of green. Goodbye. I'm going to get run over by a cyclist.